All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to our next problem as we continue working on introducing ourselves to some of these things in the areas of angles, rays, line segments, lines, all of that good stuff. So by now we've already figured out, okay, we can make lines. There's different ways to make them. You're probably making some connections that so many things around us are made up of lines. So I quickly sketched a rectangular-like figure. And as I sketched this, I realized that I'm noticing 4 line segments. I have line segment AB, line segment BC, line segment DC, and line segment DA. Now we know that because these don't extend past the points, we can point them in any way. You could do AD, BA, CB, CD, wow. Look at all of our options. In the end, though, we have 4 line segments, similar to like a square or a perfect rectangle, possibly a rhombus, right? All of these shapes are made up of 4 line segments. So earlier we talked about angles, and we had those angles extending off of those 2 rays. Just to kind of refresh your memory, that was in problem 2. We made this angle right here. Right? Do we still have angles happening in this shape here? If we think about our definition of an angle, it's the 2 lines coming together to meet it, and they have a similar endpoint. So could I go into this shape and identify angles? Even though we don't have things as rays right now, it still looks like an angle. Here's what I want you to think about. Each of the segments is part of a larger ray. However, we don't have to draw and imagine that they are there. So because these aren't extending out, they still can be considered angles because of that reason. So take a look. I have an angle right here, DAB, just like, what is it? Dab. All right, we have also another angle, ABC. CB meet and AB meet to form the same angle right here. They have the same point on the end. So ABC is an angle. I'm also seeing BCD. And we have CDA. Notice I'm writing that kind of in the order that I see it. The midpoint is always in the middle. So I have 4 different angles coming off of this shape. So I want you to remember that we can draw, identify, and label points, line segments, and angles in familiar figures and shapes like what we see here.